Okay, this is going. Okay, we're here. Okay, so 2 grandmas and a microphone. This turn the volume so I can't hear you. That's too annoying.
I didn't expect.
Yeah. Okay, so this is number 5, and we're going live today in our Facebook group. So we're kind of official today. This is very exciting, right? And then we have another camera going because we're going to record it. Maybe we can record it off the live. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Or whatever. So
We're experimenting.
We're experimenting. It took us forever just to set it up properly, right? So anyway, so it's been an exciting week. I voted this week. Have you voted?
I have.
You have. So
Yeah.
it was a relief to get that done, right?
It was great.
Yeah. So this week I wanted to talk about a couple of things that we weren't able to cover last week because we were busy talking about your ovaries and your pubic symphysis. So, yeah. So this week I just wanted to talk a little bit about fracking because I gotten a response to our initial video about the fracking. And our friend Diane actually went to Pennsylvania and knocked on the doors of this town where the fracking had taken place. And she found people with cancer, with brain tumors, skin problems, hair loss, mentally handicapped kids because their water is contaminated from the fracking. And, you know, so then I Googled it because I wanted to read more about it. And their well waters, the wells explode because of the gas leaking into the water system, you know? So these poor people, you know, how do you live like that? And with the kids and the whole thing, it's just horrible. So I know Joe Biden is not going to ban fracking, but he wants to transition to renewable energy. So you can't just stop the whole thing, we've got to transition into that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really eye-opening to read about that and these poor people. And it's these farmers, it's right through their farm. And they probably, you know, are financially stable and they're probably, okay, this is a way for me to make money and, you know, have a job. And so it's all very sad. So we have to do better. Right?
Seems to me.
Seems to me. Yeah. And the other thing, I got a couple of responses to just about talking about these different topics, that they're afraid that I'm going to alienate the people that come to Outdoor Fit in my business, or I'm going to be excluding half the population because I'm so one-sided, which I don't feel like I'm so one-sided. So that was kind of interesting, but it's just like we had talked about, you have to know your truth.
Yes.
And
What you
speak your
value.
truth.
That's true.
And you can't worry about it. I don't go to Outdoor Fit and talk politics.
Right.
I talk mountain climbers and burpees.
Well, can we just stop right there for like, what does that mean? Not talking politics. So one of the things that I think about politics, it's the way we express our spirituality in action. So if this
What?
is our
Say that again. That's pretty good.
So our politics is the way we express our spirituality in action.
Wow.
It's not just a mental exercise. It's how we live. So how do you exclude what's going on in our environment and what's going on in our world, our country, in our communities, and not talk about it? I think the idea that politics is just about
One person or the other.
right, either one person or the other, or different political parties is limited. It's not really so.
Right.
And I didn't make up that definition. I think it was Richard Rohr who said that.
Wow.
Yeah, Richard Rohr said that. I didn't make it up. I just read it and thought, no wonder I feel so concerned about what's going on.
Right.
Because I do believe being spiritual beings, this is a big piece of how we live and how do we live and what do we believe in. And that's why I think it has to do with our values. So I don't think we can separate out who we vote for or what we believe in. You know, how do you separate that out?
From your daily living.
Yeah. Right, from our discussions about what's important.
Well, obviously, I don't go to Outdoor Fit and talk about this stuff. We do our workout and laugh and have a good time.
Sure,
and
it's a
whatever.
different part of life, right?
Yeah. Right.
Sure.
But the other thing I wanted to talk about was that these companies need to be responsible for their actions. I mean, to me, that oil and gas company, I think it was Cabot or something, you know, they need to be responsible that they contaminated the water.
Absolutely.
And then I thought it takes it, like, what can we do about this? But it takes it further, and all companies should be responsible for what they do from the start to the finish. And so all these plastics and, the puppy dogs are out. And like, you know, just think of these detergent pots, and they come in these plastic bins, you
Uh-huh.
know? And they don't come in number 1 or 2 that you can recycle, they come in 5 or 6. So all that can be changed, right? And
I think so.
I'll talk
I
about,
know so.
I'll talk about my sheets.
Let's talk about your sheets.
So I had to buy new sheets and blankets because we got a king size bed, and so I researched different companies. And I ended up buying Bowl and Branch because they're organic sheets, and they are headquarters in Short Hills, New Jersey. So you're going to pay a little bit more, but I just every night when I go to bed, oh, puppy dogs.
Here they are. It's Peter. Hey,
Yeah.
Peter. And that's Duke.
How are you? The next door
So good
neighbor's
to
dogs.
see you. Yeah. Oh, how cute are they, Andrea?
We're recording here, but you can come and get your dogs. That's fine.
I would always saw them sniffing, and I'm like, hey, come here.
Too funny.
No,
Peter,
no.
they're adorable.
Your cheek.
They are adorable.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Continue.
Meet the neighbors. So that's, so that was really what I had to say. So, anything else you'd like to talk about today?
So how do we go? What do we do? I know you're concerned about it. Now what? So we're concerned about these things, that people aren't taking responsibility for how they're affecting people's everyday lives. What do we do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can make better choices in your own
Absolutely.
consumerism.
True.
Where do you spend your money?
Sure. That matters. Sure.
Yeah. And the other thing I was talking to Vicki before we started this was I was listening to Rich Roll, and they were talking about the American flag and how it's been, what's the word? It's been
Delegated
it's not uniting us anymore, it's dividing us.
Interesting. Yeah.
And this Rich Roll and his friend Adam, I forget the guy's, he has a funny last name, so it's not in my head, but he's writing an article for Outside Magazine for these extreme athletes who the environment is where they play, it's where they work, it's where, like these skiers in the
Okay.
mountains, and they go hiking in the woods and stuff, so the environment is super important to them. So they're going to use the American flag to unite and to talk about the environment and what's so
Wonderful.
important to them.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think we have to take back our flag.
Right?
Yeah. We have to take it back
Right.
for what it really means.
Right.
And not as a division, but for unification. And I think the difficulty is because of the administration we have right now. It's made it very difficult. To me, it's a fact. What are you going to do? I've never experienced such a thing in all my years. I don't know.
What?
Such division with
Right.
any particular administration. I never felt it. I never experienced it. This is definitely different.
Right.
So, you voted. So hopefully we'll see a change of events. I would love to see a change of events.
Yes. Right.
Because it matters.
It does
For all the
matter.
reasons you're talking about. It does matters.
So, anything else?
I don't
Any-
think so. I have no idea. I have no idea because
It's
I've never
just
done
you.
this. What? What?
You have one person watching.
Oh, that's it. So it's us. So it didn't matter that Peter and Duke came and visited us on our
No,
set.
but it's going to be on the page.
Oh, it'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so somebody can go. Okay, so this was great today. Thank you so much for coming on. Make sure you go out and vote. And we'll see you next week. Thanks. Thanks for watching.
Oh, I see. You